you guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today we're gonna be watching We Cannot Do Another Pandemic by Tommy NFG. The original video is gonna be in the description down below, but let's get into it, right? Because when the Hunter virus started going around, I was like, bro, I was so overwhelmed by everything. This is actually gonna be the first video I'm watching where someone's talking about it. So hopefully they give us some insight. I know this is kind of lying low, but Ebola is back in Congo, right? There's so many things that are going on in the world. When I can give my attention to something, I'll give my attention to something. And this is something right now I have my time to give my attention to. Hopefully it has some information, but it doesn't look that long, just about 12 minutes. I don't really watch this guy, but it popped up and I was like, okay, it looks interesting. Kind of clipped through and it looks like he has some news and stuff like that embedded in this. So hopefully he does give us some information. But without further ado, let's get in and hopefully no commercials.
I want you to take yourself back to a certain date in 2020. March 13th.
Wow.
2020. I should add that this mostly applies.
This
to
is
people in
6
America.
years
you
now.
woke up that
Oh my
Friday
God.
morning like every other Friday of that year. Dragged yourself out of bed to the bathroom to prepare yourself either for school or for work. While in school, your friend looks at you and says,
"Yo, Uzi dropped a turn on take. You gotta listen to that."
Oh.
You listen to it while in class to see if it is really hard, and indeed it is. This would be
this
Lil
scenario
Uzi's
doesn't refer
last
to all
good
of us,
album,
mind
but
you.
don't know.
If
As
he
the
does,
day
great. If
starts
he
to end in
doesn't,
school, the principal
great.
comes on the PA system and lets everyone know due to a little virus called COVID-19, school would be closed for 2 weeks. You cheer with your friends, hyped that you're basically getting a week break in the middle of the year for free, not knowing what it would turn into. If you worked a job, you either got an email from your employer that the company would be switching to remote work temporarily, or you got an email that you were fired and to get out immediately. This little virus would then turn into one of the worst pandemics to happen in over a century. And after it ended, the world all promised itself that we'd be prepared and this shouldn't happen not only in our century, but many to come.
Health officials around the world are racing to contain a deadly outbreak of hantavirus that's linked to this cruise ship in the Atlantic.
Oh. Chaos!
Yeah,
When
so
I
if you
say
haven't
chaos,
heard it by
I was
now,
scrolling
we're
through my
having another
TikTok.
bit of a virus.
Everybody was saying like,
Even
why they gotta get off?
COVID, it seems like every couple of years there's
They can
always
stay
a
on.
virus
They
panic
can stay
hitting
in the
whole
ocean.
world. In the 2010s, you had the Ebola pandemic, which happened in Africa,
Oh
but
my
cases
God.
spread all over.
Yes, I was just talking
The
about it,
most
guys.
Racist swore if they interacted with an African person, they would get it and die next week. I gotta admit though, that Ebola song did kind of go hard. You had the measles outbreak.
It did go crazy. I was in middle school when that was happening,
and
we took nothing serious.
In America, New York got hit the most, and there were 1,200
New
cases across
York?
31 states. Crazy how this didn't matter because next year's virus would make that outbreak look like a little cakewalk. And now the newest panic we have is this virus called the hantavirus. Here's some info. Hantavirus has been a thing since the 1950s and was fully identified by a doctor in 1978. There's been cases everywhere under the sun since it got identified. It's spread
some
by
of these
the
clips
worst
are a little
creatures
scary.
we know, of course, rodents. And you get it by inhaling their waste in the air or by directly touching it. Don't know why the you'd be directly touching rat shit. At that point, you just ask for the death sentence. I don't feel bad. And it's only supposed to be from rodent to human until cases started happening.
Now, why you gotta bring Remy into
They
this?
called it the Andes version of the virus.
Leave Remy
the
alone.
first case was identified in 1995 of someone getting it from human contact. It happens here and there, but it's way more rare than getting it directly from rats yourself. So you may be wondering why everyone's panicking about it. Well, we can fully blame this dumbass who decided to make a video talking about a hantavirus outbreak on a cruise ship he went on. His name is Jake Rosemarin, and he decided to go on a cruise with a bunch of other people from different countries. Not knowing that a couple had the virus, they brung it on the ship and all hell broke loose. The cruise was not cheap either, like they must have been using today's sponsor Current to save up for this. If you've ever wished payday came sooner, this might actually help. There's a banking app called Current with a bunch of useful features.
Is this
one of the main ones lets you access up to $750 of your paychecks early if you switch your payroll over. It's just getting money you've already earned a bit earlier. When you set up direct deposit with Current, you unlock a full set of features like paycheck advance,
Make your money, I
overdraft,
guess.
the build card, and more. And right now they're giving $75 to any what it's designed for. Now back to the video. 3 people died on the ship from it, and one of the doctors got sick treating someone. So with him panicking because everyone got told to quarantine until further notice, he made an update to the outside world talking about his
Yo, these memes he's using, hilarious.
Make a video like this, but I feel
over
like
a serious
I need to say
conversation.
so I wrote a few things down. I am currently on board the MV Hondius. And what's happening right now is very real for all of us here. We're not just a story. We're not just headlines. We're people. People with families, with lives.
Low-key, no one would have known about this that much if he didn't make the video, but now that's all anyone's worried about. People aren't over a little world-stopping moment from 5 to 6 years ago and don't want it again. It doesn't even take just this. Everyone was panicking when they announced a new strain of COVID like monkeypox. In a way, the whole world has World War II soldier PTSD on anything happening. Instead of hearing a helicopter and having a heart attack thinking you're in the war field, we hear a new virus drop and have PTSD of Among Us and those TikToks of which room you would sleep in the hardest. And also the lines he had in the videos what's really pissing people off. Because he said we're not just a story, we're people with families, lives, and friends. Like that isn't everyone in the world. Are y'all the only
They did not
ones with
care.
families and
The
friends?
internet
No one
did
even
not
knew about the
care.
headline of the story until you made this video, buddy.
Bro,
People's
if I had
first
found
reaction
myself
to
in the
hearing
same
story
situation,
was
I'll be the
saying
same
a couple
thing.
of things.
But
One
not
being
finding
do
myself in
not
that
dock
situation,
it
now
out because
I'm
you don't want it spreading
saying the
more.
same thing.
Other
Like,
people
we
said
can
just
stay on the
dock
boat
it
for a
out
little
per country
longer,
and don't let them
just to
leave
make sure
until
everybody
fall.
good.
There's also people saying, f it, 150 people versus a potential 8 billion person pandemic.
Right.
With a disease that's a 40% fatality rate, might I add, and can lay dormant in you without you knowing for weeks. In the wise words a man once said,
He's rapping now. Nuke the whole generation.
Oh.
If it were up to me, I would drop an atomic bomb on the whole generation.
Y'all are about to get so mad at me, and I know I don't post like this. I usually would post on my other page, but like, truthfully, sink the ship. Sink the ship, okay?
Yo,
Sink the
these
ship.
people are ruthless.
Sink it. I don't care. I've seen enough. Sink the fucking shit.
I better sink that ship like it's a game of battleship. F2, hit.
Oh.
I'm not even trying to be insensitive, but we cannot do this right now. We cannot
No,
do this right now.
it seems like
too
the
much
general
going on.
public is taking this well. The PTSD people have over COVID is beyond what people could
It's
think.
not
If
just
you said
COVID,
this
it's just so many things
pre-2020,
happening.
people
We
would
at
have thought you
war.
were crazy and a bad person. But now there's a lot of people saying they
People
genuinely
kidnapping
don't
people.
care, whatever it
Files.
takes to stop a potential pandemic.
Oh,
and
so
even though
much.
scientists and health
Bro,
organizations,
it's a commercial. I'm gonna have to find a way. This week is testing week. All these different little nukes and blah, blah, blah. If I need to download these videos in advance, whatever. But these commercials are starting to piss me off. Because I'm just thinking about the editing. It's going to take way longer to edit. And this is supposed to be the simpler option while I'm working, right? While I have my full-time job.
COVID,
Right.
unless if you were really old or really young, you didn't have to worry about it too much and could tank it. This would be a damn near mass extinction event in
That is
every
high,
country. There's still no cure.
40%?
There's also other reasons I wouldn't want it to be a pandemic, at least in the US. There will be zero safety precautions set here. People could barely handle the last lockdown and were going insane every day. And obviously, while it sucked for everyone, it was for a reason. This time, people
Why
are just
do you
gonna
got
keep
a
going
mic
outside
and
every day and
headphones?
passing it like no tomorrow. We can guarantee there wouldn't be a lockdown order even if it was needed. We barely got
Yeah,
one
after
last
that
time. The
initial
president was
lockdown,
forced to do
years
it
don't
by
feel
his
the
team because
same.
people were
If
dropping
someone were to
every
tell
day.
us, hey
And
guys, wake
also,
up.
bleach didn't work as it
The
should.
pandemic is done. It's
And then I
2019
see the
again.
disinfectant.
What? I
Where
believe
it
it.
knocks it out in a minute. 1 minute.
We even had the same
And is there a way we
during
can
that
do
time.
something like that? By injection inside or...
Yeah, lockdown order or not, if I see thousands of dropping a day, my ass is staying inside. And even if there was a vaccine released, people wouldn't trust it and wouldn't take it. They think it's some secret plot to have everyone's blood injected with Satan's and at his will activate your chip and have you walk yourself to the pits of hell. People took one COVID vaccine and were doing the most, acting like their whole life was over and they never recovered. There was people faking that they had permanent violent seizures.
Oh
because
my
of it.
God.
It would be
Oh.
kind of funny if there did so happen to be
Oh.
a pandemic and certain people don't trust the vaccine released. Because this ain't like COVID. It's a 40% fatality rate. Your ass is just gonna die. Those 60-year-old MAGA boomers are gonna
Oh my
drop
God,
like flies.
people
We
were?
also definitely
That's
are not getting
crazy.
COVID checks like last time. You're gonna have to thug it out, and if you can't make it and you don't have a job, it was a fun life for you, I guess. It's not like the
Oh.
check would do much, though. Right now, in this state of the economy and around the world, we have certain problems going in certain parts of the world. Like, people literally would not be able to afford to go through it again. At least pre-COVID, the economy was in decent shape. You can guarantee, though, someone's boss is gonna say no to remote work and tell them
Oh,
they have to come in. Something
yeah.
also that would be annoying is having to get used to social interactions again. Everyone was low-key anti-social after the lockdown orders were lifted because we were inside for so long. You had to learn how to communicate.
Damn,
again
that's
because it just
crazy.
felt weird. Maybe some people did better, but I know for me it was rough. Transitioning from being on Discord all day with the homies playing games, not touching a speck of
So
sunlight,
long.
to driving places
I
and
was
hanging
in
out
my
public was a bit of an
undergrad,
adjustment. Some
and
people say they still ain't recovered
I
since
had
that.
chemistry
Yeah,
and
if
had
you
to take
still think
chemistry
you're recovering
online.
from your antisocialness
My
from
first
COVID,
C ever.
you're probably just
Oh, I was
antisocial.
pissed.
It would also be horrible for
I never
the
had a
youth,
C on my
considering
transcript.
how
Oh,
much they
I was
got
pissed.
held back from it. Everyone older in Gen Z just barely made it out. Only 30% of Gen Alpha kids can read proficiently currently. Throwing them in another lockdown in their childhood is going to be a death sentence. They might end up being the most failed generation
heavy
by
on that
society's
too.
problems. I got hit by COVID in my
Because imagine the
junior/senior
kindergartens that
year, but
started
at least I
school
can say growing up through my
online.
core development
They're not
years,
getting
I
that
was good.
interactions
I can
and
imagine my first time
getting
trying
that
to
mental
learn the
stimulation
ABCs
of being in
was
an
through a
environment
Zoom
that
class.
is for
This time
learning
they're gonna
all these
have
things.
AI too, so all the kids are
And
gonna
guys,
cheat on their
imagine
assignments. The methods people used to have to do
there
in 2020
are
that she were absurd.
COVID babies
We
are
became
now
scientists
starting
in our own
kindergarten
People would
because it's now been
pre-record
about
them
6
doing drugs on
years.
Zoom when they were
So those
sleeping.
COVID
This
babies
fat
are
guy in
now
my
like
gym
reaching
class in high
5.
school decided to pre-record himself working
Oh my
out and
God.
just played it on loop to pass his class. That fat guy totally wasn't me or anything. I didn't do that. People would smear Vaseline on their cameras and tell the teacher the camera was broken so they could cheat. You don't need to do all that. Now that we got ChatGPT, it'll do the work for you. I do remember those Zoom times nostalgically, though. My teacher's classes got rated at least 7 times through the year. I'll end it off with some positive news, though. The reason why health organizations
all
and governments
insight
are
now.
saying this won't be COVID 2.0 is because they have decades of research on this compared to COVID-19 that was brand new. So the world isn't
Really?
starting with zero information on it and have to rush and figure out what to do. Also, since it's been contained to this one ship, it isn't jumping from hundreds of people to hundreds of people like before. If you were in the vicinity of someone with COVID, as you know, your fate to get it was guaranteed. I'll never forget the one time I got it. It was from one of my dumbass homies who decided to pull up to the group meet with it without telling any of our friends, and he gave it to literally everyone there. With hantavirus, it's mainly people with romantic partners who get it or being around someone who's sick with it. So if you're lonely and get no play, pat yourself on the back. You may have just prevented yourself from dying. Who knew being a loser would save me and you? COVID also spread way faster than this, so we would see a lot more cases if it was like it. I remember waking up and checking COVID cases. It would go from 3
Hey,
to
that's
10
not
to
how you
200
should
to
be
1,000
explaining
to
that.
10,000. And
Because
technically,
some
a
people might
mutation
actually take that
could happen
serious
to the virus and a new one could
and pat
pop
themselves
up.
on
But
the
most
back.
studies show when a virus gets mutated, it either stays the same or turns into nothing. At least hopefully that's the case, or
Damn.
humanity's in for one hell of an extinction event. Anyways, that's gonna be it. Everyone stay safe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until
Right.
next time, I'm out.
Y'all go support him. That's crazy. We're going through it. We're definitely going through it. But yeah, from what I heard, because I briefly seen it on my timeline or whatever, like it's contained. But some of them have been able to return home, and some of them are being isolated. But when it comes to America, and even in Arizona, there's someone who was on the ship who came to Arizona. I'm just thinking, like, bro, like, we are not part of the United Health Organization. We're not part of any of that. If we were to go into a pandemic, we are all screwed because we don't have not only do we not have the leadership, we don't have the resources right now, especially since they removed us from the health organization, so we don't have those resources anymore. I'm not trying to fearmonger. This is what's currently going on. Y'all just stay safe. Make sure you guys are washing your hands, being aware of what's going on, so that way you guys are actively doing your best to not be sick, and like, just as even when seasons or stuff like that are changing, like just being conscious of like washing your hands, drinking water, all that kind of stuff. But with that being said, you guys, I will see you guys next time. Bye.